Hi guys, welcome to today's tutorial, and we'll be talking about server wallets and how to build using server wallets built by Coinbase developer platform. So let's get straight into so we'll be talking about how you can create an exportable externally owned account. We're talking about how you can import an existing externally owned account with private keys. Talking about how you can create a smart wallet or a smart account, talking about how you can create a Solana account. You can request faucet for your EOA, smart accounts, and Solana, so you can perform certain transactions. And of course, certain transactions for both EOA and smart accounts. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing we'll be doing now is going to be opening up our terminal. I'll be building this with TypeScript, so you need to have npm and TypeScript installed in your local machine. Right. So first we'll be creating a directory. So it's a server wallets. So we see the entire directory. Then we can open it up. All right. So the next thing we need to do is initialize npm inside of our folder. So that is done. The next thing we'll be doing is we need to set our type to module. So we'll use npm sets type to module. This is done. Then we need to create our first file. So we'd say touch index ts and env. All right, I think we are good to go. All right, we are good to go. So the next thing we'll be needing is installing our dependencies for this particular project. So we have to install the env. So we have npm install. Of course, the first part, which is like the most important one regarding this, which is the Coinbase SDK, right? That's the CDP SDK. So it's at Coinbase CDP SDK, then of course .env. So I'll pause for a while. So our node package has been installed. So the next thing now we need to do is to configure our environment variables. So there are three important variables that we'll be needing for this. First, which is the CDP API key ID. Second, which is the API key secrets. And the third one, which is the CDP wallet secrets. So let me quickly show us how we can get this. So you visit the CDP portal and you get to sign in or sign up, however one that works for you, or that you should be doing actually. So you come here and you can toggle the API keys. Then you can click on this to create a new API key. So you click on this, you pass in your name. You can decide to add like API restriction, what your API can do and what you should not be able to do. So for the purpose of this tutorial, let's not forget to toggle this when you're creating a new API key. So toggle this so we can be able to export the private key, right? And yeah, I think that's about that. So you can be able to claim, once that is done, you can be able to get your key ID and your key secrets, right? So you toggle on server wallet here, and then you come here to generate new secrets. When you click on this, it gives you like a new secrets, which is supposed to be like your wallet secrets that will be used here. All right, so I'll be filling this now and dive straight into building. Once that is done, then we need to proceed. So the first thing on our agenda today is going to be to create, let me be sure, create and export an EOA account. So say create and export an EOA accounts. So first need to import, our package, which is the CDP clients. So we're importing this first. The second thing we need is to import our .env. Right. Configure this to load everything from our env. And then we can set up our CDP client. So we have CDP equals to new CDP clients. So we have been able to initialize our CDP here. This would automatically pull out the configuration from our env and load our environment variables, and the client will be initialized successfully. But then if we want to manually initialize this ourselves, we need to add this. So we have API key, secrets, and the wallet secrets, right? But we already have ours configured. So let's console to see. So as you can see, we have them available here. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing is we're going to create and export a new account. So first thing is our accounts. So await CDP. So you select the type of account you want to create, right? So for this, we are creating an EVF account. So we call on the create account method, right? So this is what it's going to look like. And we have an option to specify if we want to add a name for this account we want to create. So take, for instance, you're building a backend solution where users automatically have wallet. Take, for instance, Telegram bot. So you can easily decide, say, we are creating an account with the username, Telegram username of every user using your bot. So that way you can initialize it using a name and say maybe this. Sorry. And yeah, so we have our log accounts created successfully, and this is our accounts. This is our account address. All right, so when we have this, so let's run this here to see. So now we have accounts created successfully. This is our address. So now let's say we want to build something where users can be able to export their wallets and send or import it to some other wallet, say Trust Wallet, MetaMask, or something else. So how do we go about that? So we can come here to say, to call the method and say, this is our account name for this particular tutorial. So we'll just cut it from here. And we access the method name from here to say, oh, export accounts. So just again, you can pass in the name or the address of the particular account's private key which you want to export, right? So we have this. So let's call this exported accounts. All right, so let's proceed here to log it. Exported accounts. So this is supposed to return the private key for this particular account. So let's run it and see what it says. All right, perfect. So we have a private key here. We can proceed to import this into, let me say, my MetaMask. So let's create an import private key, imports. There we go. So we can see our account is empty. This is account 8. All right, so let's get back to it. So now we have created an account. We have been able to export it as well. So the next step is going to be import an existing externally owned account with private key. So let's create a new account here and call it Server Wallets. So you have our accounts here. Let's try to export the private key. This is the private key for our accounts. Have it here, copy it. So we can come here to call on the next method, which is supposed to be import account. So when importing accounts, you can choose to do that with the private key. So now you're passing the private key here. I'll just pass it this way. I mean, for the sake of this video, right? And I'll pass in a name and say, let's say 01, right? So bring this required an OX before it. So yeah, we have our exported accounts now. So imported account, sorry. So now let's log what we get and let's see. So we can see we have been able to import our wallet, and we now have access to a bunch of functions like sign message, sign transaction, transfer, list token balances, request faucet, send transaction, and just a bunch of things, right? So I think that is about that. The next thing we're doing is create a smart account, right? So you come here to say, oh, come here again, call the method that says create smart account. So when we call on this requires us to pass the owner of this particular account, right? So we need to initialize. So when you want to create a smart account, you need to delegate an owner to. So this owner could be an EOA that's generated from the CDP, or you can import an externally owned account just like we have here, right? So I'll be using my account again. This is smart account, so I'll be using my account here, which is going to be create account again, accounts, not create, sorry. So we can initialize it back again. So we can get accounts when you want to use an account that's familiar already. This would be the name of the account, right? So as you can see, I don't necessarily need to have the wallet address. I can just use the username for my users, for instance, to store them, right? So for owner here, you can push the call account here, right? So also, then we have a smart account. So let's just log the address of this. So clear this by bits, getting messy. And as you can see, we already have a smart account, and this is the address here. But then let's note that this is not going to be deployed until a transaction is being sent on chain first before this gets deployed. All right, so it's still just hanging around, right? So we'll proceed to creating a Solana account, right? So let's get into it. So you can come here, and then instead of calling the EVM, this time we are calling Solana because that's the account we want to create. So we'll come here to call create account as well. Of course, the name. So the name of this account is going to stick with my username. I'm guessing because it's a different account, right? So clear this and call it Solana account. So let's log this and see what we have. So now we have our Solana accounts here, and the same way we're able to export account previously, we can also export an account with Solana. So exports same name, we clear this. This is the exported accounts. Does not have address. So when we call this, we have the private key as is called on Solana, I guess. I'm not sure. But yeah, we have this, and users can import this into their Phantom or any other wallet of the choice. Right? So the next thing is going to be requesting faucet for EOA, smart account, and Solana. So we just change it to accounts very quickly. EVM here, very quickly. Then get accounts here, very quickly as well. So the name remains the same. So now we're trying to request faucet. So it's going to be request faucet. This is our variable name. So we have accounts and call request faucets. Right. So I mean, oh, for which address? Okay, so we need to specify the parameters, which is the chain. That's the network. So I mean, we're on test net. So basically, yeah, and the token we are trying to request for ETH. Right. So I mean, multiple requests would actually lead your account to being limited, right? So I think you should know how to handle that. So when we do this now, then we'll try to request. So this is our transaction hash. So let's not forget that this was imported not long ago. So let's try to see if we can access it. And I guess we have it here. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it should be this or which. Let me fetch the address. So we just put it on chain directly. So we'll try to get the address here so we can proceed to confirm. And let's just log it to see. So we're just going to add address so we can take this out. I think this is the address already, but let's just do it again. All right, so that's good. So we come here and we can search. So as you can see, we have received 0.4 USD. And if we check this, this is the hash. We can confirm this on chain as well. So we can see our claim transaction. So this is it here. All right, so we're proceeding to claim as well for our Solana accounts. Same thing. So Solana here. From coming to this request faucet, wallet account. Request faucets. So talking about the token here, and this is also going to be in SOL because that's what we want to write. And yeah, we can log the hash. So let's clear this again. Or let's just allow it for now at least. So here we have another, I mean, this is the transaction hash and this is the signature. So let's go to the Solana DevNets, scan. So I think this will be here. So let's click on this, that's personal signature here. And you can see success finalized. And yeah, so the next step is going to be sending transactions for areas, not accounts. So I mean, when we want to send transactions, it's super easy as well. So we just come here, EVM, we get our account first, and so about this send transaction. Not sure this way should be, but let's see. All right, have our account want to send transaction. So this should actually give us the transaction hash here. I'm guessing transaction hash also. So we now have the network. So we're on test net for now. So that's the basic here. The next thing is to have our transaction. So who we are sending to get one of the wallets here. Let's see. So this is the account it's sending from, by the way. So we'll try to see if I can get on a wallet that empty or nearly empty. So I think I found this. So I'll just copy it. Okay, so this is where we're sending to. So we'll press the value of this, right? And we have, I mean, we have just a very little amount of Ethereum. rather. So let's freeze this. All right, so I think we are good to go. We're also not using, yeah, I think we are good to go. I think we are good to go. So proceed here and let's try to log our transaction hash. All right, so let's try this to see. So this is our hash here, not more successful. Let's try to see if we have something here already. Let's go back here to search the hash on chain. And here we go, 8 seconds ago. So it's still the same thing when you want to send a transaction with a smart account, right? So let's dive into that. Well, let's not forget to mention before you can be able to send a transaction using send user operation. I mean, for those of us who are familiar with smart accounts, right? You must have sent a transaction at least. So that's what gets your smart wallet actually deployed on chain, right? So let's do this now. So we're getting smart wallet this time. So what's our smart wallet name? I think OX01, I guess. I'm not sure. And so this is requiring the address. Let me see if I can pull it out. So I've been able to get the parameters for this. This is the address for our account, and this is the address for, and this is the object for the account, right? So before we can send the user operation for a smart account, we first need to do a basic operation without wallets. So the contract is deployed then, right? So the first thing we need to do now is to try and transfer. So we say transfer. So we have our smart wallet already set up here. Initiate the transfer here. Let's just transfer to any random wallets and amount. I think this works. I mean, I think this is already filled out properly. So we can proceed to check now. Let's see. So we have a transfer. All right, so we have to run this and let's see. So I mean, this returns a smart account address, status of the transaction or transfer, and the user operation hash, which is this, right? Then we should try to also initiate transfer, but this time using the send user operation, right? I mean, if you fail to transfer first, this transfer is going to help us deploy the contract for our smart wallets or our smart account. If we fail to do that first and we're trying to send user operation, it's going to return an error, right? So now we're going to proceed to send user operation. So specify the network. We say this area. Specify the folder rooms you're having our phones. I mean, this can also be important for sponsoring gas for your users. Can also be important for uh, batch transactions as well. So if you want users to carry out something and then you want to build transaction as one, multiple transactions as one, then I mean that's where you need to spin up a smart accounts for users, right? So where are we sending to? Let's get a wallet here. So we just have tests cache. So let's get something else instead. So this, let's use this. Or let's use something else entirely. Let's use this. So this is where it is going to. So we'll talk about the value for once it's in. So let's raise it down. I was able to top up a little bit of Ethereum here, and let's try to raise it a little bit, and hopefully we do not get it with insufficient this time around. So yeah, so this is going to give us the user operation hash. And I'm trying to log that in. All right, so I mean, this should send the user operation. So let's try it and see. All right, so it worked. Let's see the blockchain. So this is our contract that's been deployed. This transaction is not found. Let's hold on a bit. So let's not forget that we can as well try to get the list of accounts that we have on a CDP account, right? So, I mean, we can do the visually appealing one, which is to come here so we can see all the wallets that we have, look at them, the names and everything. We can go to this side for this is for EOA. Let's go to the smart wallet session. So we have a couple as well. Let's go to Solana, we have a couple too. So yeah, can hit next. And you just get to see like a bunch of them. So yeah. So this is the account that we created. This that we're using. This for Solana as well. This is for the other account, right? So yeah, so you can also get to see the list here. This will turn the list for all the accounts that you already have. Uh, this will return what we already have. And as you can see all of them. But this is just for server wallet. So if you want to return for smart accounts, you can do that here as well. So we can clear and we run it, and then we can see we just have 1, 2, 3 smart account created. So yeah, thank you.